to JSN, the live sports network. We're here to report about the Israeli National Soccer Cup. So, let's start off. It's a knockout competition, and it was first held in 1928 as the People's Cup. Last year, the Hapoel Tel Aviv won, beating Maccabi Haifa. It's a cup that takes place in Israel every single year and has, like I said, started in 1928. Maccabi Tel Aviv has 22 titles, and that's the most anyone has gotten. We'll be right back after these messages from our sponsor.
Donate to JSN today. Go to www.jsn.israel. This newscast is brought to you by Streit's Matcha Company and Meow Mix.
Okay, we're back with you live on JSN, and we're going to tell you again about the Israeli National Soccer Cup. It includes all of the Israeli League clubs, which there are about 30 total. There's a total of 13 rounds in this competition, and it's a knockout competition. The winning team qualifies for the UEFA European League, and they are given a trophy by the President of Israel. The semifinals and finals are traditionally held in the National Ramat Gan Stadium. And the State Cup is presented from the President of Israel.
This broadcast is also brought to you by the Jewish McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. We're kosher.
Okay, it's bad.
Hello, I'm Serafina.
And I'm Josie, and we are here today to educate you about the Olympic officials accused of anti-Semitism over the Munich Remembrance.
11 Israeli athletes and coaches were killed at the Munich Games.
The Olympic Committee refused to give a moment of silence for those that were lost in the attack.
Also, BBC refused to acknowledge Jerusalem as Israel's capital.
BBC also labeled West Israel as the Palestine capital, which caused an outrage to the Jewish community.
We think that this is very wrong and acceptable.
I agree. And lastly, the athletes killed at the 1972 Munich Games were killed in September 1972 by the Black September.
Yeah. ESPN. Now reporting Grant Kreimer and Seth Friday.
This week at Robert M. Barron Academy High School, they made the high school basketball team made it to the semifinals for their basketball tournament, and they cannot compete in it.
That's right. This Orthodox school actually only has 71 upperclassmen, and their range is actually from 18 months to 18 years of age. So this was very shocking that they actually made it this far. They went 23-5, which is a school record, and they've beaten so many of the top teams in Texas. They're from Houston, and the tournament's in Dallas.
Yeah, this school, their semifinals tournament takes place on Shabbat. It's 9 o'clock p.m. on Friday night, so it's right in the middle, and they can't compete in it because they're Orthodox, so they celebrate the Sabbath, and it's hard for them after doing the best season ever in school history that they can't compete in this great tournament.
That's right. They actually defeated Our Lady's Coast, and they're actually put back in the state semifinals when they lost, so this is a huge disappointment. And most of the players are actually going down to the semifinals to see if the organization can make one last possible judgment. And also, they actually filed an appeal, and it was barely under any. They looked at it for about an hour, and they just flat out decided no, that they weren't going to give them any leeway in maybe changing the game to Saturday night or Sunday morning.
Yeah, that's just too bad for them. I mean, after doing an amazing season, getting told that you can't compete in the semifinals because of the holidays that you're celebrating, and it's just terrible. I mean, they beat teams that they haven't beaten in years, ever, whenever they played them, and they finally beat them. They're going to the semifinals of the high school associations and everything, and now they just can't do it.
You usually feel bad for the losers, but this time
Yeah.
you gotta feel bad for the winners.
Exactly.
And again.
This is Sports Center.
With ESPN Special presents Amar Stoudemire, Drew came out with Penny Go Forget. Failure. Okay, I'm going to okay, you can repeat first.
So, oh yeah. So, people say you have Jewish blood in you. Is that true?
Yeah, it is. I'm Jewish. My dad's Christian, but my parents decided that I go by my dad. So I'm Christian.
Alright, cool.
All right. So I heard you took a trip to Israel. Why? Why did you take a trip to Israel?
Because I wanted to learn about my mom's heritage.
Okay. And so we've all wanted to hear this question: are you Jewish or not?
I'm raised Christian. I'm Christian. My mom's Jewish though, and yeah.
But some people are saying that you have Jewish blood in you from your mom.
I do, but I also have Christian blood from my dad.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Steinmeier.
Today, Jeremiah will be interviewing Mark Spitz. And action.
I'm Jeremiah, currently. I'm here interviewing Mark Spitz at his home in Modesto, California. So, Mark Spitz, we've all known that you've been in multiple Olympic Games. How many medals have you won?
I won 11.
We also heard that you were the World Swimmer of the Year multiple times. What years were those in?
Yeah, I got it in 67, 71, and 72.
That's a lot of years. We also heard that you took a trip to Israel a while ago and you competed in the Maccabee Games.
Right, I got 10 Maccabee gold medals.
Wow, that's a lot. And we all remember you in the Mexico Games. How many medals did you win there?
4.
In your career, how many gold medals did you win?
Got 9.
So there you have it. Mark Spitz. Now back to Anna.
That's the end.
Right, thank you guys. Okay, so it's the 6th inning of our game, and we have something from E60. These are a bunch of Jewish baseball players that have been very good.
First off, we're going to talk about Ian Kinsler. Ian Kinsler is a 3-time All-Star. He plays for the Texas Rangers. He grew up in Tucson, Arizona. His dad was a Jew. He celebrates Christmas and Christian and Jewish holidays. In a deli in Philadelphia, they're naming a pastrami on rye sandwich after him. He is proud to be a Jew and wants to be a role model. He went to ASU in Missouri, and in 2004, he was the #1 prospect.
Okay, next is Sandy Koufax. He missed the opening day because of the World Series of Yom Kippur, and he was a very good Jewish baseball player.
And then there's Hank Greenberg, who he played soccer and basketball in addition to baseball. He was on the Detroit Tigers. He was the MVP in the minors and the majors. In 1933, he batted .301 with 87 RBIs, and in 1934, he batted an unbelievable .339.
And next is Ron. He was born in 1983, November 17th. He went to Miami to college and was drafted 5th overall to the Brewers. In 2007, he led the National League with 634 slugging percentage. He was a 4-time All-Star, and in 2011, he hit
332 batting average and 33 home runs and 111 RBIs and 33 stolen bases. Breaking news, the Houston Astros win the World Series. And also Danny Valencia, he was born on September 19th, 1984. He went to North Carolina. Then he went to Miami. He was drafted in the 19th round. And in 2011, he batted .276 with 15 home runs and 72 RBIs.
Also, something to add, recently on Rosh Hashanah, Kevin Youkilis had a game on Rosh Hashanah, and he fought really hard, and they rescheduled the game so that he could play without interfering with the Jewish holiday. And yeah.
Hi, I'm Emery.
And I'm Abby.
And we're interviewing Oksana Bayul. What inspired you to figure skate?
I was introduced to figure skating by my grandfather, who gave me a pair of ice skates because I was too young for ballet.
Tell me about your childhood.
I was the only child of divorced parents, and I was raised by my mother.
When did you start to figure skate?
When I was 3 years old. For those of you who don't know, at the age of 10, my grandparents died, and 3 years later, my mother died of cancer. I thought that since my grandpa taught me how to skate, that I should keep on skating for the sake of my grandpa.
How old were you in the Olympics?
I was 16 years old, and the year was 1994.
What medals have you won?
I won a gold medal for women's ice skating, and I was named one of the 10 most fascinating personalities of 1994.
Tell us about your alcohol issue.
I found trouble in 1997 with I was addicted to alcohol, and I went to a rehab clinic. And when I returned skating, everyone found out that I was addicted to alcohol.
What did you do after the Olympics?
I took a tour professionally in 2003, and then I decided to go to Ukraine and reunite with my father.
The guy who hit you in the head.
A little bit because I can't really see straight and I have horrible leg pain.
How did it feel to recover?
It was hard and I didn't fully recover for a few years, but I'm better now.
Do you think you will ever be the same?
No.
Okay, Ari, Dickie, come here. Did you really not come to the MLB with a knuckleball?
I learned my knuckleball recently with the Rangers.
How did you approach facing Adam Greenberg?
I faced him just like I would face any other batter.
Do you regret striking Adam Greenberg?
No, because he's still happy with the results, but he could have not batted at all this year. Now he's better. Winning gold medalist for gymnastics, Allie Raisman, 1 gold for forward team and 1 bronze on the balance beam.
She used Hana Nagila as her floor music. Instead of going to Disneyland after the Olympics, she chose to go to Israel instead, and she dedicated her medals to the 11 Israeli sportsmen who were murdered at the 1972 Munich Olympics.
This program is sponsored by 2012 Kellogg's Tour of the Gymnastics Champions.
Watch your favorite Olympic medalists at the 2012 Kellogg's Tour of Gymnastics.